Oh, hey Rajat. Sorry, I was trying to bend the air, but somehow it didn't work. I guess I have to rewatch Avatar: The Last Airbender. Maybe I learn a thing or two. What do you think?
Well, I'd say you did a good job. I was convinced that you were the last airbender.
I wanted to kick the camera away from me, but yeah, it didn't work. Or maybe over the internet give you I don't know, a new haircut with a
Yeah,
breeze of air.
that's true. That's true. But yeah, I mean,
But yeah,
uh,
we
watched.
obviously are talking
Yeah,
about the Avatar: The Last Airbender, right?
yeah,
So
that's true.
just as a notice for everybody's watching, if you haven't seen Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix, spoilers. You know, you have been
Yeah,
warned.
so please go watch first, and then come back here again. Then you'll be able to enjoy what we're doing here. Hello, everyone. What's up? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Rajat,
Ah, Andreas, hi.
and today we'll be talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender. We both have watched it, I'm assuming. How far are you in the show, Andreas?
Well, I have watched it until episode 6, I guess. So I have two
Okay,
episodes
not
left.
too bad.
So
Not too bad. Yeah.
I'm behind you. So don't spoil me. We spoil
Yeah.
our audience, but we don't spoil each other, right?
I'm not the
So yeah.
spoiler,
So
unlike you.
what do you mean, unlike me?
You have
Did
tried
I
to
ever
spoil a
spoil
lot of things
something?
for me. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, okay. What was
Yeah.
that? What did I spoil for
Yeah,
you?
you have tried with boys and the
Uh,
spin-off.
the, come on, that doesn't count. Yeah, I mean, come on. I spoiled the trailer. I just told you what the trailer was,
I
and
don't
the
like
trailer
spoilers
doesn't
of any
count as
kind, even the
spoiling.
trailers. Yeah. I mean, you
Yeah,
have
but
tried.
even if I say, hey, a Homelander is covered in blood, that's not unusual. That's not spoiling. That's just what he does. I mean, come on.
But the
Oh,
imaginations
sorry
run
if I
wild,
spoiled it.
you know.
Yeah, sorry if I spoiled it for someone. Homelander is oftentimes covered in blood. Yeah.
Uh,
But
uh,
anyways, we're not talking about the boys. We're talking about Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Avatar, yeah. Hmm. That's true. So,
So yeah,
what do you think about the
let's
show?
just yeah. I think it's really good. I really enjoy it, and there are several reasons why I like it. And so yeah, I really like it. So what are your thoughts?
I would also say that I'm enjoying the show. There are things that I did not like much, but there are things that
Okay.
I obviously love, and that's why I'm enjoying the show and still continuing with that. So yeah, I think we can talk about each thing one by one.
Yep.
But yeah, I would say I think it did give me a bit of a like that One Piece vibe. That going on a journey with your friends. Discovering along the way, I don't know, your powers or something, and that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of, I don't know, tone it gave me. From
Mm.
the very get go.
Yeah, but that's a common trope. I mean, look at for example, Lord of the Rings. It's the same. Yeah, you have a couple of
In a
people
way,
on
but
on
the
a
thing is, like, this
journey.
is like,
That's
yeah, but I
to
think this was
expect.
more in line with One Piece in a way that it's like an adventure that is happening, and it's more about the friends. I think I would say the Rings of Power or something. It was not really a, a journey with your friends or something like that. It's just like a journey of survival in a way.
Yeah, well, if you look at the hobbits, I mean, they are friends. Yeah, I mean, Sam
Mm.
and Frodo and Merry and Pippin. So, yeah, but I mean, I guess that there is nothing new under the sun when it comes to storytelling. So,
Yeah,
the
that's
Last
true.
Avatar is no exception to that rule. You cannot invent new stuff that hasn't been told before. That's not possible.
Yeah,
So yeah, but
yeah.
okay, let's start with the negative aspects because
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't have any negative aspects. But you should.
I
You
do.
said you did not like some aspects of it. What was
Yeah,
it?
the some yeah, yeah, that's true. So I think the one thing that has been annoying me quite a lot is the Ang's character.
Okay. How?
It's just, I don't know, like especially the dialogue and its character. It's quite repetitive. You know, there are so many things that he
Okay.
keeps on repeating that I don't know. Sometimes makes me like I've already heard that. Just don't repeat the same thing after every defeat or every disappointment. Same line. You know, I am the
Okay.
avatar. I have to save the world, and then I cannot be with my friends. Something like that. It's been getting repeated like almost every episode. You know. And the
Okay.
thing is,
Okay.
what I wanted, I mean, for me, the ideal situation would be that he's learning. He's not repeating the same thing again and again throughout this journey. So that was like one my
Yeah.
critique. It's not something that's like very very bad. It's just
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
I didn't like that in his character.
Yeah. Yeah. But you don't have to. You don't have to forget this show is primarily made for children. So
Yeah,
basically, what it's in cooperation with Nickelodeon. So repeating a positive message over and over has some effects on the
but
viewer.
it's not a
So
positive message. Saying that I
it is a
cannot do it.
positive message because what he's constantly saying is, yeah, I'm the avatar. I have to save the world, but I have before I can do that, I have to help this. Let's call it problem of the week first. So he doesn't lose his goal out of sight, but he still helps everybody on his way. He doesn't ignore them because I'm on a mission already. I cannot help you. He helps them because he has to help them because that's his job as the avatar. And in that, he grows into his role as the avatar because that's what he has to do. And that's
No, okay, I'm not
something he
talking
has to
about that
learn.
though. I'm not talking about his intentions of helping everyone. That is good. That's like a
Uh,
good thing in his character. But what I'm saying, I think the problem is not with his character, it's more with the dialogue writing. Whoever has written his dialogues, they've done it,
mm,
one dialogue multiple times, just like everything is on me. I have to help, and I don't know what to do. This I don't know what
mm.
to do. It's like I don't know, almost every episode, multiple times. I'm like, dude, I get it. You should know what to do by now. At least some of it. At least the phrasing of the sentence could be a bit different each time if it comes, but it's just the same thing, and it annoys me. I don't know for some reason.
Yeah. Well, I did not notice that, so maybe I can
Yeah,
just shut that part of my brain off and say, I accept that.
yeah,
It's okay for me.
yeah.
But yeah, yeah,
But
I get your point.
which one
Yeah.
was your favorite character so far, though?
My favorite character besides Ang, because the actor,
Okay.
by the way,
hmm
is
I mean,
really
aside from
good.
the young,
Is
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Aang is like I said, the actor he's playing really good. Yeah, that's really amazing for his age. I don't know how old is he? 13, 12, 13, something like that.
Maybe at max, yeah, yeah,
So yeah, he's a really good actor.
yeah.
And but from the characters, I mean, there are I don't know what you think, but every character has its strengths and its weaknesses. But overall, I like them all, every character. But if I had to pick one, it would be the uncle of Prince Zuko.
Oh my god, same. Same. That's the
Really?
character I also love the
Yeah.
most. I mean, even better than Aang. I mean, it's a character that I can, I don't know, associate, not associated, but relate with in many ways. Like I don't know, we all have that uncle, in our life, or somebody,
Yeah.
who's like helping you, supporting you all the time. And also I actually love
Yeah.
Zuko's character as well, because his character has an
Yeah.
arc. It's
Yes.
multi-shade.
Exactly.
He's sometimes very good,
Yeah.
he's sometimes like angry and frustrated, or let's
Yeah.
say burdened by so many responsibilities and things like that. So I think these
Yeah.
two
So
characters stood out for me.
yeah, I have when I watch a show, I create my own theories, of course. And so I was thinking about, okay, how would this Zuko Aang story play out, you know?
Okay.
And I thought at some point Zuko is telling Aang because they had some adventures together. And
Mm-hmm.
Zuko says, "Yeah, you will come with me to the
Fire Nation.
Fire Nation's capital, whatever." And then Aang answers Zuko and says, "Yes, I will, but not as your not as your prisoner, but
Mm-hmm.
as your friend." Would that be
Mm-hmm.
great?
I think that
I
that's
don't
what
know if it turns out to
I
be that
am
way.
sure. I think looking at however many episodes so far, that they are going to become friends, Zuko and
Mm.
Aang, and not just any friend, but very good friends who are supporting each
Yeah,
other. And
yeah,
it's gonna happen. I'm pretty sure, because the way they have, I don't know, built the story so far. That's how it looks like. Zuko is not a bad person. He's just
yeah. No, he's not.
trying to prove
I
something.
mean, the last episode I saw was this episode where his uncle, I don't know his name, where he told the soldiers on the ship why he was suffering so much, Zuko, and
Yeah,
what he actually did for them that they did not know, because
yeah.
they were the what was the Army 41, Division 41, or what was it called in English?
Something. Yeah.
And this scene when Zuko came on the ship and every soldier was, "Our prince is back," and then they greeted him with oh, it was so great. It was so great.
Yeah.
But
That's true. I mean,
let me come back to the sentence I just said when I said, okay, Ang will then tell Zuko, not as your prisoner but as a friend. You see, that's also something that's not new. So where have I taken this phrase from?
I have no idea.
So it's not exactly, it's paraphrased, but do you remember the scene in Lord of the Rings when Legolas said something in Helm's Deep, I guess it was? Yeah, or Gimli said
To
something along
Aragon?
the lines, I wouldn't expect to die next to an elf, or I wouldn't expect to die next to a dwarf, and then,
Okay.
but how about next to a friend? Yeah, I
I
can
think
do
he
that.
said it to Aragon,
Something
right?
like that. No, 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 no. Aragorn was not. This was a Legolas Gimli thing because they always fought because dwarves and elves do not have a good
Oh, yeah, yeah,
relationship,
yeah, yeah. The
and
little
then he
one.
said,
Yeah.
"Yeah, die next to a elf." Ne? Yeah, but how about die next to a friend? Something like that. I don't remember
Mhm.
quite how
Okay.
the
Yeah, yeah.
thing was written.
Hmm.
So basically, everything you see on television or reading books has been written or done already. So there's
That
nothing
is
new
true.
under the sun.
And I think this, I haven't, I think this Avatar, the Last Airbender stuff, I think it's an old stuff, and I haven't seen the previous, I don't know,
Yeah, it's a
cartoons or
basically, isn't it
movies
an
as well.
anime or something? Isn't it
Yeah.
a
I'm not
Japanese
aware
anime
or
or
familiar
something?
with this story at all, actually.
Me
So
neither.
it's the
Me
first time
neither.
for me.
But the anime is also on Netflix, so maybe I watch it now.
Oh, okay. Hmm. I mean, yeah, I
Yeah,
think in the
so
anime they must be, taking their time in telling the story. I think it's even more stretched, I think.
okay, so now that we have agreed on basically what's our character favorite, and which of the characters you despise the most?
Oh, despised. I think this Commander Zhao for sure. I think
This general or admiral is now. Yeah,
now
yeah.
Admiral. Sorry. I think he started with Commander. Now he's an Admiral. Um,
Mm.
so I think definitely
I
him,
agree on that too.
because I think he's the one prominent villain in a way right now, more than the Fire Nation leader, because they've shown him hardly, in few scenes or few episodes. So I think Zhao has been like on the forefront.
Mm.
But yeah, this is like one thing. I don't know. I've been keep thinking about it. When the first episode was aired, and they showed this Fire Nation leader. Okay, and
That started the war.
I think that yeah, and then the first episode, I think the leader was somebody else, no?
Yeah, of course, but
Because
it
he
plays 100 years before. It basically was the father or the grandfather of the current Fire Lord.
okay, okay, yeah, because that's what I was struggling with. I thought maybe somehow he could live longer, or I don't know. Because that was a
No, 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 no.
completely different person.
No, who
Okay,
started?
okay,
I mean,
good.
there's this
Then
one
that
scene.
clarifies.
His name
Uh-huh.
is
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what is it called? What
King,
is
yeah.
it called? King. Okay. So yeah, but let's go through episode 1 to 4 and just see what we remember. So the first episode is
Okay,
called Aang, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So it's basically the introduction. So we learn that Aang is an airbender and they are training,
Mm-hmm.
and he's kind of a, you know, what would you call such a kid that does what he wants and is all over the place?
I don't know. My English is not that
Anyways,
good.
mine either. So yeah, and he has this trainer mentor. I forgot
Mm-hmm.
his name, and
Gyatso.
they had a Katsu.
Gyatso, I think.
Oh, okay. So yeah, and yeah, how did he learn that he is the Avatar? How did they know?
The Gyatso told him, like in the first episode.
Yeah, he told him, but
Yeah,
how does he
yeah.
know?
They have never showed that actually.
So we did
I think
we did
somehow
not.
everyone in that city, that Air Nation city, that they knew that he was the Avatar. I don't know how, but maybe
Uh-huh.
he's shown some lighting when he was born,
So yeah,
because that's
that's
what
a
he
that's a
seems to do
question.
whenever he's in Avatar mode.
Yeah, so we don't know how they determine who's the next avatar. So basically, the whole avatar thing is there's always one
Yeah.
avatar, and so the last avatar died, and now there is another avatar. And in this case,
Mm-hmm.
this role was given to Aang, and somehow they know it, but
Mm-hmm.
Aang doesn't know, but Aang learns it from his teacher, who tells
Yep.
him under pressure. He tells him because he doesn't want to tell him, but the other people say you have to tell him that he's the Avatar,
Yep.
and he does. And Aang doesn't like this information very much
Yep.
because he jumps on his, what's it, a bison, or is it a bison, a flying
Bison.
bison?
Bison.
Yeah,
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
flying bison up, or what's his name? And he flies away
I
and
forgot
is,
the name.
oh, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to be the avatar, like kids would do when they hear, hey, you are the leader of the free world now. You have to save
Mm-hmm.
all humanity. Yeah, that's something
Yep.
kids don't like so much. So he gets off the island and flies over the sea, and then unfortunately the Fire Nation
Attack. Yeah.
arrives and attacks the village, and yeah, basically killing everybody in the
Mm-hmm.
process. And so Aang is now the only survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Does he return? No, he does not return.
He did
He's
not
then
return, and he
somewhere
got frozen in the ice. Yeah.
lost. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did not learn that in the first episode, but
Yeah.
did
That's
we?
true. Sorry. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. But I guess he gets lost somewhere, and then yeah, I guess that was the first episode. And in the second episode,
Yeah.
we
That
learn
was. Mm-hmm.
in the second
I
episode,
think the
which
first
is
episode was
called,
also that I think he was discovered already in the ice in the first episode, because they showed the south city of the waterbenders, and that girl and his brother, they found him, I think.
wasn't that
Yeah,
in the second episode?
I think it was the first one. I'm not so sure.
Oh, years later, as we learn, at Wolf Cove in the Southern Water Tribe, siblings Sokka and
So it was the
Katara
first
go
episode.
fishing.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was in the
Mhm.
first episode where they actually find them. So yeah, so Katara and Sokka, the two siblings,
Mhm.
um, their father is somewhere out hunting fish or something, and Sokka is the one who is responsible for the village, and Katara
Yeah.
is his sister, and she tries to bend some water and doesn't quite get it yet.
Mhm.
So yeah, and then they go fishing with a boat, and they find, because some, what exactly, how exactly did this play out? Say they
So
were
they
thrown out
were
of their boat.
fishing. Yeah, they were fishing, and then some like a big wave of water somehow pushes them into this, I don't know, like a cave of water cave, and then that's where they saw like a big glacier, or like a, I don't know what's the word, ice cube, big one.
Mhm.
And that's where they wondered, okay, what's that? And the girl did something, to get or fetch the boat again, and that's when, and the avatar came out of the iceberg, I think, or whatever.
Yeah, here it says they are sucked into a current and end up on a glacier with their boat
Glacier, yeah,
drifting away.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and Katara tries to to pull
yeah,
the boat back with her water bending, and then the
yeah.
iceberg behind them cracks open,
Exploded.
and
Yeah,
Aang is spit out or something. Yeah, yeah. And there's one guy who is watching all of that, which is Prince Zuko on his ship.
yeah,
He sees that
yeah.
somewhere in the
Lightning, yeah.
yeah. So he set course to Wolf Cove, the village of Sokka and Katara, because he
Yep.
assumes that the Avatar might be there, or any waterbender or airbender, because firebenders don't like any other benders. He comes to the village. Yeah, Sokka and Katara's grandmother, who they call Gran, reveals Aang is an airbender to the Water Tribe siblings. Mhm. When Aang
And
wakes
also the
up,
avatar,
so
yeah.
yeah, so he basically is in the village, but he's somewhat not awake yet. When Aang wakes up, he calls for Appa. Ah, that's the name of his
The
bison that he
bison.
used. Who arrives at Wolf Cove, and Gran tells him he has been in that iceberg for 100 years.
Hmm.
How does she know, by the way, that he was for 100 years?
Some things
Yeah,
were
because
not
he's an
explained.
airbender. She knows that he's an airbender, and she also knows that the last airbender was killed off 100 years ago. So since he is
Ah,
an
okay, yeah.
airbender, she knew,
Okay, makes
okay,
sense.
well, he's obviously not 112 years old. He's still a
Hmm.
kid. So she assumes correctly that he was in the iceberg for 100 years. Yeah, 100 years that the Fire Nation has waged war on the world. Katara takes a guilt-ridden Aang to an old fire, to an old Fire Nation ship that was damaged in one of the raids, and he teaches how to feel the energy around her, helping her successfully
Yeah,
waterbend for the first time by creating a ball of water. Ah, yeah, so yeah, he helps with water bending. She drops the ball of water when she sees Suko's ship approaching. Yeah, so in the distance she sees that this ship is arriving at Wolf Cove,
yep,
and of course they are alarmed because they know Fire Nation. Oh, that's dangerous, and then they run back to the village. So, and Suku arrives at the gates of the tribe demanding that they hand over the airbender so no one gets hurt. So here we have Suko playing the bad guy, give me what I want or I will destroy everything, and
yep.
just like his father would expect from him. But that's all things we don't know at this moment. We just think, okay, Suko, yeah, he's a
Like a
kind of a
brat, high school
douchebag,
brat.
you know. Yeah, yeah, a bully, So, yeah, which encouragement from Katara Sokka goes to fight Zuko. Yeah, so yeah, Zuko, Sokka goes to
Yeah,
defend his village, and I don't know how is it for you, but I'm confusing those names, Sokka, Zuko, mixing them all
yeah.
up all the
That
time.
that's was his name Zoka?
Yeah, so Sokka is the name of the waterbender,
Oh,
and
Sokka,
Zuko is the name.
Sokka, right?
Sokka
It's
and
Sokka,
Zuko. Sokka,
Sokka
yeah.
and Zuko. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Mm.
So I mixed them
Yeah,
up a
I mean,
lot.
not
So
really similar, but yeah, the sound,
yeah,
they sound familiar,
yeah,
similar. Yeah,
yeah. so Aang fights the Fire Nation troops, but turns himself over after noticing the fight is endangering people. So yeah, there we have it again. Aang is only concerned about the safety of others. So he said, "Hey, let's stop this fight. I go with you. Don't hurt
yep,
anybody." So yeah, so Aang is taken. Yeah, so basically, Zuko takes Aang on his ship, and uh, where he meets Zuko's uncle Iroh. That's his name, Iroh.
Iroh.
He asks Iroh why the war is going on, and Iroh tells him the Fire Nation is trying to unite the four nations under one rule to bring peace. As Iroh leaves, Aang uses airbending to steal the keys from a guard. Yeah, right. So he's in this prison, and then he's also smiling when he does it.
Yep.
So he doesn't know yet. So it's all playful still. Although he's
Yep.
in a very bad situation, but he's still, oh yeah, lighthearted, whatever, I don't care. And then steals the keys, and then he goes to Zuko's room, and then he also takes his notebook with him, right? And
Yep.
then he flies away with, I guess, Appa.
No, but he
Yeah.
tries first with his stick, and then they fire at him, and then the both siblings they come with on Bison, and then they rescue him.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think
So
that's
yeah.
how the scene was taken.
Okay. Yeah, right. You're right. So they fly to Zuko's ship, where Aang hides from the guards and finds Zuko's room, where he finds the airbending staff, which Zuko had captured. Yeah,
Hmm.
he has this staff because he didn't have that with him, right? So Zuko has this staff, his airbending staff, and he also has this notebook where he has all
Yeah.
his knowledge that he has gathered over the time about the avatar. It also contains, that's an important piece, contains information about past avatars. Yeah, and then he escapes Zuko's ship and is rescued by Sokka and Katara on Appa. Yeah, and then Zuko shoots a fireball trying to bring them down, but Katara extinguishes it with water bending. So there you have it. So her water bending skills get better and better over time. So yeah, and then they go away from Wolf Cove because they cannot go back, because of course Zuko would wait for them. And yeah, and then they return to the Southern Air Temple, and then sees the destroyed village for the first time, goes into the temple where he finds his old mentor and
Yeah.
teacher.
So yeah.
And yeah, then his avatar powers pop up and almost killing Katara and Sokka in the process.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's episode 1. Yeah,
I mean, it was I think like a nice pilot episode to
it
set
was.
things up.
It was.
So
Yeah,
I mean, I was
it
like
got me hooked.
hooked and interested. Yeah, I was like, okay, but I can watch this show, I think. I mean, yeah, despite the other small, I mean, those are small critiques that I had about Aang's character or whatever. I mean, it's not like a big deal, but definitely the show is good. I mean, whatever they're trying to show, I think that the graphics are also nice. The CGI or whatever, it's nice. They spent good money on this show, I for sure. So yeah, I mean, I think the first
Yeah,
episode was
so
nice.
yeah, so I also think so the special effects, everything all okay. The video effects,
Yeah.
I did not see anything that I thought, no, that looks a little bit weird. No,
Hmm.
it's looking good.
I mean, here and there, yes. I mean, they could not. It's difficult to keep up, the same level of special effects or CGI, throughout the show. There were some instances where I was like, okay, this is not that good, but it's okay. I mean, for most
Mm,
part, they
mm.
did a good job.
So yeah, I guess we can wrap this up for the first episode. But
Yeah,
let's discuss the next episode next week. How about that?
yeah,
And we
yeah.
have
That we can do that definitely
basically
because
basically a cliffhanger. So if you're interested, what we think about the second episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender called Warriors, you have to tune
and
in
we
again.
are we are telling everyone the cliffhanger. Okay, so we're not gonna talk about it today. So if you want to hear us talk about that, oh no, if you want to hear, yeah, us talk about that. That was a messed up English.
Yeah. I guess another take for the outtakes.
Another take, but still, yeah. If you're interested, then you'll have to come back next week when we upload the next video. So I
All
guess
right.
till then, bye bye, and do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. I guess it's here or
Oh
here
yeah.
or there
Okay. Yeah.
or
Subscribe
there.
as well. I was going to close it, but do that. All right.